This morning, instead of oatmeal and coffee in the van, we've decided to go downtown to the little square here of Mindo and find us a place to have some breakfast. What are you looking for breakfast, Curt?
I'm looking for some coffee. And hopefully it's not instant, but I'll do instant coffee, but I prefer like fresh brewed. And then rumor has it Snow's looking for some breakfast balls.
I can't remember the real name of them, but they're like these breakfast empanadas that are in big round balls. So let's go find them.
Bologna. I don't know if it's pronounced Bologna or Bologna. I think
it's Bologna.
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 There they are, guys. They got all kind of food, but I'm gonna try one of those. So I got the bolognas.
The balls.
Because I've seen them in a video and I wanted to try them. So Curt is just tickled with himself calling them balls. But, sorry guys, what'd you end up getting, Curt?
I got tigrillo. And so I had to Google it to see what it is. But it's Ecuadorian and it has plantanos, kind of like crushed up, onion, eggs, and cheese. And then there's something called bonella, but I don't know what that is. So it's like a hash, like a scrambled egg hash, I think. So we'll see.
We'll see what our food is. We're both trying something new.
So as I said, this is made with plantanos and onions. And I just took a bite, and clearly the onions are cutting through, so it's very strong. Kind of almost like a stuffing. Very, very good, very tasty. Absolutely love it. All right, here she goes, guys. She's cutting into the balls.
Alright, so there's a little cheese and there's some cheese. Let's see how it tastes. It's like a potato ball. It's like mashed potatoes around some cheese. I think I would have preferred it if there was more, if there was some meat in it, but it's good.
I think they have different kinds. This restaurant only had the one, but I think they do, through Ecuador, have different kinds, so we'll have to see.
Yeah.
I've determined that this breakfast right here, this tigrillo, is one of my favorite things I think ever, especially for breakfast. I love eggs, as you guys probably know. But my meal with the coffee was $5. I think Snow's balls and the coffee and the juice was $3.25. So we've done coffee tours and we've seen these chocolate tours all through Central America and even in Colombia.
We've never done one.
We never done one. So
I'm already surprised. I guess chocolate grows in those giant things.
Here we go.
So everyone loves chocolate. We like chocolate. I love hot chocolate. We're not huge chocolate fanatics, but I think it's going to be really interesting to see how it's made because I have no idea.
Me neither.
So let's find out. So we're going to walk outside now to see the next step. But he just gave us like a review, an overview of the cacao fruit. We ate some of the flesh. You kind of suck it off the seeds. It was really good. And we tasted a little bit of pure cocoa powder. It was strong and bitter. And we used some of the cocoa butter that they pull from this whole process to put on our lips like chapstick. Felt really good. Now, one thing that was cool is the first one he opened up, that he cut open for us, actually had a fungus. And he said like 80 years ago that chocolate was a major export for Ecuador, but they had a plague of the chocolate plants, the cocoa plants, and it had a fungus, and that's what that first one was. So it was kind of interesting to see one that was bad, and then we saw one that was good. Now we're headed outside. So there's two types of cacao plants. This is the yellow one. I'm sure it has a more formal name. Over here is the red one. And George says that the yellow one is quality and the red one is quantity. So the yellow one is better.
Oh, look, there's a greenhouse. Ooh. This is where they manufacture the goods.
Oh, they dry 'em.
Dry it. They dry it.
So the drying process starts with fermenting it. They ferment it for 6 days here, so it kills the little seed bud inside, helps with the bitterness. And after it's done that, they move it to the drying boxes, where it can be anywhere from 2 weeks to a month, depending on the current climate. There's a baby guava, guys. Comes off this tree right here with this super cool caterpillar. Alright, back to chocolate. Next, they have to turn the bean into a liquid. They start by crushing the beans. Now the beans still have the shell on them, and the only part that is good for making chocolate is the inside of the bean. So they have to separate it by putting it in this machine. The good part is heavy, and the shell is light, so they turn on a big fan, and as the crushed beans fall through this wire mesh, it blows the shells away, and the good stuff falls to the bottom to be put in bags. A little side note, they use the shells to make cocoa tea. Next, the good stuff, which is called the cocoa nib, is put into a machine to crush it into a fine paste. Then the paste is put into this fancy mixing bowl with rock wheels, and it churns for 3 days. This phase is where they add sugar to sweeten the chocolate. Some chocolate can have as much as 40% sugar. Think Hershey's chocolate bar. And some of the really dark chocolate may have as little as 10% sugar. It comes out of this bowl as a hot liquid, and it's taken to the room next door and poured onto this cool marble table where they swish it around to help it start to cool. This is when you can add flavors or nuts to the chocolate. Maybe a cardamom, some chili powder, or a macadamia. Then you pour it into the molds and put it in the fridge. So now, let's go taste some of this stuff.
Hey guys, our first chocolate tour is pretty much done. The only thing left is the good part.
Tasting it. So it has different percentages of sugar. He said to start with the least amount of sugar, which this one is 85% pure chocolate, 15% sugar. It's chocolate.
It's a very dark chocolate.
It's good though.
Let's go to the 67%. Now, he told us that 60% chocolate and 40% sugar is kind of what you're used to the most of.
Yeah, that's definitely sweeter. It has more sugar.
Yep.
All right, this one they call, what do you call it, rustico?
Rustico.
And he said in this one you could feel the sugar. So, oh, it's more crunchy. Like it's actually the sugar granules in there instead of it melted.
And that one has a
Cane. You want to try that one?
I'll try this one, cane sugar.
Sweet?
I think it's sweeter than that. I like that one the best so far.
You should try this one. This one's good. This one's the best so far.
You can feel the crunchy grains of
Yeah.
sugar. I like that one. You should try that one.
All right, I will. God, we're gonna be like buzzing like crazy
I
with
already
chocolate
am.
buzz.
It's crazy. We just had a cup of coffee and now chocolate.
Nope, I like the rustico.
So cardamom was a spice that he showed us out in the garden.
Yeah, they grow it out there.
I'm not really familiar with cardamom.
I don't either. Give it a try.
I don't know.
All right, this one is salt and pepper.
No. We got a chocolate brownie with chocolate syrup and cacao tea.
Yes, sir.
So the tea is made with the shell that is separated from the actual bean part inside.
Please, your spoons. Now,
That's good.
with a spoon, let's take 1 drop of this. That's 100% cacao.
1 drop of this?
Yeah, try it. That is the paste. Remember we were talking
okay.
the paste? That is the paste.
No sugar.
No sugar. Paste. 100% cacao.
Ooh.
And now,
I had cardamom, salt and pepper, which is actually good. The ahi, I didn't taste the chili, did you?
I certainly did. It was definitely spicy and
Okay.
probably one of my favorites.
All right. So the ginger. All right, macadamia. I know I'm gonna like that. And coffee.
All right. I'm getting dangerously close to my limit of maximum chocolate.
We're gonna be like running circles around Mindo.
Yeah. But I do got to take a bite of this brownie before I tap out.
How is it?
It's very moist. And I feel like it's got some of that chocolate syrup that we had earlier.
Oh, it's good though.
It's good. It's good.
All right, guys. Now we just have to decide if we're gonna buy any of this chocolate on the way out.
I've met my chocolate quota for the
It's
month.
all really good, but we're not huge just eating chocolate fans.
But it was cool seeing the process, and it was oddly familiar to the coffee process.
Yes.
There was definitely some significant difference. I think the coffee process is more difficult.
It takes a lot longer, I think.
It takes a lot longer, but still a really neat
Interesting.
experience.
Yeah. So I'm gonna finish my brownie, and we'll see you in a minute. Sometimes you just get lucky. We had no idea what we were going to stumble up on today, but this was one of those times that we just got lucky. Our plan was to do the chocolate tour and then get out of town, but as we were leaving the tour, we could tell that there was definitely a buzz in the air, and there were a lot of people gathering at the town square. So of course, we headed over to take a look. Then we started to see the dancing, and then we saw the flowers and the parades and all the bright colors. We had stumbled up onto some sort of an indigenous festival. Now, we had no idea what they were celebrating. At the time, all we know is that it was cool. It was cool as it could be. Later, before I sat down to edit this video, I did some research online to try to find out more about the event. But I found very little. This was truly a small-town local event. The best I could find is that it was a celebration of new beginnings and a celebration of their cultural heritage. During the prayer portion of the event by the shaman, we could make out a few words. They were definitely giving thanks for the sun, moon, water, and earth. They also called out specific animals, the condor and the puma. I wish we could tell you more, but perhaps some things are best left unknown. I decided to leave this video footage as raw as possible so that all of you could experience it just like Curt and I did. I hope you enjoy the next few minutes, because I know that we did. would say that our last little bit of time here in the actual city of Mindo was crazy cool. That was an amazing thing to stumble up on, but it is now time to leave the little town of Mindo and head to the outskirts where there are several bird lodges and refuges. And we're hoping, we have a couple picked out, and we're hoping we'll be allowed to camp at one of them. So we're headed that way, but we have to find a camp. And where we're headed, there's a new kind of toucan, isn't there, Curt?
There is, and I'm not telling you guys about it till we get there.
Yeah. So we're leaving this amazing little town, headed to the outskirts where the really cool bird watching takes place. So let's go find a camp and then find some birds. All right, we've turned off the main road, headed to a place called La Paz Refuge. It's supposed to be the best. Now we have no idea what they'll think about letting us park our van out here. They have 1, 2, and 3 day package deals where you buy the tour and they give you breakfast and you stay in their lodge. So we're freestyling and we're hoping we can talk them into reduced price on the package and let us sleep in our van. Because everybody says this is where the good birds are. One good sign when you have to pass a bus like that, if the bus can make it, we can make it. So we continue on.
Ooh, a little steep drop off right there.
Yes, there is. This road was a little bit more bumpy and mushy and adventurous than we expected, but we should have known because it isn't even on the Google map. But I think I see the lodge area ahead, so I think we're almost there. Now Curt will have to go in and work his magic. Magic man.
We'll see. Sometimes it's a little tricky, especially in places like this. So we'll see how much room they have, right? I don't know if we go
I don't
there.
think so.
I think that's a house.
I do too. I think we keep going. I don't know. Okay, we may have farther to go because I think it was just a house that I saw.
Snow just told you this was a little more adventurous than what we expected, and it's proving to be true. And a couple things, as we come down through here, we have a rock cliff on our left side and then straight down on the right, and there's a bridge up here. But we also have to remember when we come back in these areas, we have to get out of them as well. So far we're just taking it real slow, being cautious, but a lot more tricky than we expected today, for sure.
Sometimes the adventure is just getting there, guys. Whew, Curt thinks he sees a sign. I hope so. Vanna likes these slow, bumpy, curvy roads. I found a sign that gets you to the La Paz Cascada. I'm hoping the La Paz Bird Refuge is in the same area.
We haven't seen any signs for that. And I'm starting to have flashbacks of when we were in Nicaragua.
Oh, no.
Going to the finca, and we went the entire wrong way. We were looking across the gorge at the finca, only to find out we were lost.
Yeah. Well,
we'll see.
Yeah. These roads always take us to pretty places, though. Wow. Okay, Curt is up there working his magic. If they say yes, we have another issue. We have to see if we can fit underneath that gate. Looks like he's getting a lot of information. I can't really tell which way it's going, though. What do you think, buddy?
So that was Andy and Angel, and basically this is the restaurant.
Okay.
So the hotel is up here about 5 minutes. Anyway, we got to go up there and check, but I think they have a parkadero. We'll probably be able to stay in. I think it'll work out. So
okay.
Let's go check it out.
Let's go see. All right, so we made it to the lodge area. The first place was the restaurant area. Here is the lodge. And we got to see if we can park here. Right over here. I already see really cool birds.
All right. We are in a cloud forest. As you can see by my glasses, it's raining as it does mostly up here. But the cloud forest to me means Quetzals. So we saw quetzals in Guatemala, we saw quetzals in Costa Rica. We're gonna see quetzals here, I hope. But there are some of the most amazing birds. So there's more than just that. We're gonna show you guys. But the important thing right now is we have a good campsite. It's level, it's free. Of course, we're gonna pay for the bird tours, and we'll get more into that later. But we've got a nice place to stay, and right outside are some amazing birds. So if you guys will forgive me, I gotta go look at birds.
All right, we have settled into our camp. We will be staying here at this amazing bird refuge.
Miller wants to see my bike.
Yes, they want to see the bike.
Yeah, I want.
Yes, we're gonna let him ride the bike.
I wanna drive.
You're going to.
Yeah, please.
See, he's gonna ride the bike.
So I just fold the handlebar.
This is Angel and ¿Cómo te llamas?
Miller.
Miller.
Miller and Angel.
Angel. Okay. We are gonna leave y'all right here. We're gonna have some fun letting these guys ride the bikes. We're settled into our camp. We will see you in a few days where we're gonna see some amazing birds. Cheers, guys. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you guys know when we put out new videos. And don't forget, you can always follow us over on Instagram to see what's going on in between videos. Cheers, guys.